It has been a while, so we are here to record for our YouTube, and I want to talk to you about rest and why that word triggers me so greatly. I am a Reiki practitioner. I am also the owner of Something More Candle Co. And I love manifesting. I love living in alignment. I love all the beautiful things about magic. So, of course, I look at my horoscopes. I have a list of creators who I absolutely love. I diversify because I want confirmation in my messages. In everyone, when I say everyone, I mean from Instagram to YouTube, keep saying rest and then rest and then rest some more. I am not here to tell you to rest. I am here to give you a different perspective on maybe why you don't like to. And I do have to say, I got this from another creator, but when she said this after telling me to rest for like months and months and months, it clicked with me on a whole new level. And so I want to share this, and I hate that I can't remember her name. But the thing that she said was, "Are you resting out of spite?" And I completely am. Now, my relationship with rest is a little bit complicated. Rest for me is like, it's a trauma response in the fact that I am uncomfortable in it. I grew up where I needed to be helpful all the time, and I carried that into adulthood. So if I'm not helpful to family, friends, especially to my children, I feel like I'm not doing enough. So I feel like I have to earn rest. And if I just wake up and decide today's going to be a lazy day and I'm just going to stay in bed, I will absolutely feel more exhausted because of the mental gymnastics that I am doing, thinking, what does my business need? What does my family need? I am being absolutely lazy. Oh no, am I slipping into depression? Because that is also a sign of depression from time to time. It's like, I don't want to get out of bed. So for me, rest is uncomfortable. However, I am one of the people who want a soft life. And I don't care how that sounds. Like, it's not just a trend for me right now. I want a soft life. I have grinded and grinded since I was young, from being the oldest daughter, if you know, you know, to being someone who always worked and had my own money, to someone who became a mother, and it was, important for me to make things work and to make things continue to run. And the older that your kids get, that does not go away. My boys are now 19 and 15, and I still have that need to make sure that everything that they need is provided, that there is no lapse, whether it's just them needing some time from me, and also just with work too, right? Like, I am not full-time yet in my business, so I do still work, and I want to be a good coworker, and I want to be helpful to the team. So in every avenue of my life, it's been, where can I help? Where can I help? Even when I go to events and I'm just a participant, it's like a automatic response for me to ask, like, do you guys need help? What can I do? And when I'm asking, I'm not like, please don't. It's like, if you need me to roll my sleeves up and get dirty, we're doing it. Are we putting chairs out? Are we handing things out to people? Do you need me outside waving a sign, like, come in here? There's local businesses. Whatever it is, I am always wanting to help. Even if my cup is empty, I still want to help. And also, I don't know if you can hear the thunder, but it's getting ready to rain. So I always want to be of service, and when there's literally nothing for me to do, and even if there are things I could be doing, like, could I be working on labels for a new line? Yes, but I simply don't want to. I want to rest today. And then there are some days that I just keep hearing the message of rest, so I'm like, fine, I'm going to take today, and I'm going to lay down, but tomorrow we're hitting the ground running, and I don't want to hear about rest anymore. In that rest out of spite isn't getting me any further or any closer, to the life that I am envisioning, because as the creator said, are you going to rest when it's time, when you have the money that you're manifesting, when your business is working and all the systems are in place and you're able to take the trips that you want to take? Will you be able to rest, and will you be comfortable in that rest? So I have decided to stop resting out of spite. Honestly, the idea of like, oh, fine, I'll take the day and rest is done. I am resting because it feels good to my nervous system. I am resting because physically, mentally, and emotionally, I need it. I deserve it, and I don't need to check a box before I rest. The other day, I actually was in bed for a very long time. I started my morning very slow. I did my meditation and my journaling, and I just allowed myself to have that time and said, I am resting because I want to. And I got so much done that day. I even had time for play. Like, me and my kids went to a new park that I was wanting to check out, and I was out there climbing. I was having a good time. There was no need to rush. My nervous system wasn't all over the place. I was able to calm down and have fun, and I actually got 2 opportunities presented to me in my business during that time of just rest and relaxation. Does that mean I'm a professional rester now? Absolutely not. It still makes me a little bit uncomfortable, the idea of like slowing down and not rushing, but I don't want to be anxious and rushing when I'm on vacation. And I have a lot of vacations planned out. I am someone who likes to manifest, of course, and script. So I have written out certain things, and there are some trips that I am really excited to take. And I don't want to rush while I'm there. I don't want to be worried about having a full itinerary planned out so I can see all the things and do all the things, and who needs me, checking my emails, keeping up with the social media, all the things. Like, I don't want to be an anxious millionaire and then an anxious multi-millionaire. I want to be someone who flows, who is in such a flow state that I am able to both give and receive, and it feels good to myself. So I'm slowing down. I am resting, and not out of spite. I'm resting because it feels good. I am learning to rest. I am learning to have movie days. I am learning to just DoorDash the food. I am learning to Instacart the groceries. And of course, those things take time. So start with where you're at. But can you today, while you're driving, just drop your shoulders a little bit? You know, when I drive, and I do drive fast, but when I am driving, I am like up on the wheel. I am like, let's go, music going. I've started changing the music I listen to in my car. Not 100% because I still like what I like, but I am able to soften up, to relax, to enjoy the ride, to enjoy the clouds and the treetops that I'm seeing along my journey, to point out things that I am grateful for along the way. So rest is my birthright, and I'm going to enjoy it. And I hope that if you struggle with rest, that you can find little pockets until you can get to a day, until you can get to a week, until you can say, I'm going on this trip, and I won't be checking my phone all the time. I know that if I have dependents, that they are taken care of before I leave, and I don't have to check in all the time, and I can actually enjoy myself. And don't wait for vacations to rest. Be able to rest in your own home, in your own space, even if you're just taking 10 minutes. If you start with 10 minutes in a week and bring that down to 10 minutes in a day, you will see a drastic change, and you will allow enough space for the universe to give you what it is that you're asking for. So I hope that this message was received by someone who needed to hear it just as much as I did, that resting out of spite isn't getting you any closer to where you want to be. And before I leave, I just want to give a confirmation message to anyone who may need it. Take what you need, leave the rest. But for today, I have a win-win outcome is in the forecast. If you can win while you're resting, why hustle? Allow yourself that moment. I love you, and I mean it.